It's all about the Journey podcast. We at one of the best gyms in Orlando. I got my guy Mike, the best gym. My guy Mike Lockley, Total Body Sports. It's been a long time coming for this interview. It's been a long time, my brother. I'm glad to have you today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
Man, Mike, man, let's get right into it. Where you from?
Born and raised in Orlando, Florida.
Born and raised in Orlando. I am born and raised in Orlando, Florida. We finally got somebody that's born and raised in the city, doing good for the city, giving back. So we finna get into all of it. Mike, tell us about the family, man. Your immediate family, man. Mother, father, sisters, anything like that?
With both my mother and father, James and Angela Lockley. I got two sisters, Brittany and Kristen. Good family upbringing. Always supported me, and I think that's what that was what led me to be able to do the things that you see today.
Bet, man. That's a good. And then you started your family of your own?
No family yet.
No family yet. They waiting.
Soon come.
Let's talk about a little about your background, man. You're born and raised in Orlando, man. I'm pretty sure you played sports all your life.
Yes, I've been playing sports since the age of 7.
7. What was you what little league teams you started playing around here?
Pine Hills Trojans. Shout out to the Pine Hills Trojans. Everybody out there grinding over there.
Okay, Pine Hills Trojans. We played them in little league too. I played for South Orange. How was that time out there? And, when you started playing football, man, what was it like?
When you first finding your love from the game, it's so pure. It's so fun. When you're young, you just want to go out there, compete with your teammates, and I think that's important for anybody and everybody. Let your kids, get into something, whatever it is. Mine was sports, but it doesn't have to just be sports and entertainment for African Americans. There's STEM programs out there. There's art schools out there. There's a lot of ways to make it in this world. Mine was sports. So my dad, he told me, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it all the way. So we started out at the age of 7. Went out there and I found out, football was my thing, and then the rest is history.
When did you know? I'm pretty sure you played more than just football, though.
I played football and basketball, but we knew off the top that football was my thing.
You wasn't getting no smaller.
No smaller.
He wouldn't get no smaller. So you was out there. You played Little League. What middle school you went to around here in Orlando?
I went to Gotha Middle School.
Gotha Middle School. I know we don't have a middle school football team, so at that time,
still playing with the Pine Hill.
Still playing Pine Hill Trojans. Okay, then. And then after high school, after that, what high school you went to?
Well, after Gotha, I went to Olympia High School. And then I was the first defensive player to ever play in the pros from Olympia High School. Chris Johnson was the first player to ever play in the pros, along with Maurice Price. So they played in the same time, and then I was after them. They were the first 2 offensive players, and I was the first defensive player.
What year did you get out of there? What year did you graduate
from college? Graduated from college. Graduated from high school in 2006.
2006. What school did you end up attending when you knew football was going to be your next talent?
Well, I had great conversations with Florida Atlantic University. That's a school that I felt like that the Rock was rocking with me the most. So I decided to go down there.
What offers, though?
I did have offers from Clemson, Cincinnati, other schools. I didn't want to leave the state. I didn't get an offer from the Big 3, but I went to a school that I felt really wanted to see the best of Mike, if that makes sense. And that's what I tell all these guys that come to the gym. Like, if you don't get a big offer, I had bigger offers from out of state, but I wanted to stay in state. I felt like I didn't have to leave the state to play football. Florida Atlantic gave me an opportunity. They believed in me. And, through my career, ended up getting my degree. I ended up, when I was in high school, I was the first defensive player, to go to the league. I ended up being the first defensive player from FAU to actually play on a 53-man roster and a 46-man active game roster.
Before we get to that, you end up picking them. Did you take any other visits?
Yes, I did take visits to other schools.
What visits did you take?
I really had love for FAMU growing up. All my family went to Florida A&M University.
Okay. Shout out to fam.
And this is back in the time period where Florida A&M University, I don't know if everybody remembers, they went D1, but they went back. So Florida Atlantic was going D1. They were trying to make that push that you see with the historically black college push that they're making these days. Florida A&M was trying to make that push back in the day. And they went back. I don't know if they didn't feel like they were getting the support they needed, but I asked the coach, what you going to do? And they said they were going to go back. And, it was between them and FAU. The other schools are nice. Clemson was nice. Marshall was nice. Cincinnati. It was far away from home. I didn't feel like I had no need to leave the state to play football. But in my opinion.
Did all the schools want you at linebacker?
Yes.
All of them, just
All of them.
No other position. That's it.
No other positions.
Nobody tried to move you to end. Nobody tried to try you a tight end.
When I was at FAU, that was when the 3-4 defensive scheme was coming along.
Okay.
They thought about using me in a pass rushing situation, but the great Kirk Van Valkenburg, that was my linebacker coach, he told me, "Hey, Mike, you're a linebacker." But it worked out for me. You know, we went to the pros. And
Weak side, strong, middle.
Linebacker.
Middle linebacker. When you got there, how many years did you start?
Didn't start right away.
Okay, how did that whole process go?
I actually played. You know, it's crazy. Franz Joseph was the linebacker ahead of me.
Okay.
And we both. When he finished ball, he was ranked the top 25 linebacker coming out. When I finished ball, I was ranked the top 25 linebacker coming out. So, you know, I tell people when you go to school, it's good players out there. It's you know, when you first start off, you're the big guy in Part 1. Then you're the big guy in your high school. And it's the same guys, but the group of guys get smaller and smaller. And when you go to college, you know, there's only so many colleges. You're playing from guys from California, New York, all over. Now, you know, with social media, you're playing from guys that kickers from Australia, offensive linemen from Nigeria. Mm-hmm. You're playing versus the world now. Mm-hmm. There's only one NFL. So, like I said, it's not like basketball to where you have all these overseas places you can go. When you go into the NFL, it's either the NFL or the Canadian League. Mm-hmm. And then Arena League had folded at the time, so the Arena League wasn't paying what they were supposed to pay. The XFL came and go. You know, it's been trying to come along. The Rock's bringing it back on. I'm very happy to see that, that there's another league because there's so much talent that comes out of the state of Florida, Texas, and California for it to only be one NFL. There can be multiple leagues, just like in basketball.
When you're talking about 53 men and then how many NFL got 30?
32 teams.
53. That is a very small number.
You have a better
gladiators
I
out there.
I read this post that when I was growing up, and they always post in the locker room. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning twice than making it to the NFL.
I believe it. A lot of dudes don't even get that real D1 shine or that D1 chance like some of us.
That's a whole. But I tell people all the time, you know, when you get to the NFL, you think that everybody's coming from D1. No, they're going to find you, especially with social media. You know, I played with Cecil Shorts. He came from a D3 school. I mean, he just had great film. So you got to go to the school that you feel like, number one, you're going to get the best education from, because you don't know if you're going to get injured on that field or not. Number two, the best school who cares about you, who's going to nurture you and let you grow and to become to the person that you're going to be able to get a shot to go to the NFL. Because it doesn't matter that you go to University of Florida to ride the bench when you can go to school like Florida Atlantic, UCF. You see how UCF has risen up. Look how many players are going to pro from there. Florida Atlantic had a streak where they
UCF didn't give you that offer, man?
Didn't want to go to UCF. I didn't want to stay close to home.
So you didn't want to leave the state, but you didn't want to stay at UCF.
You
Golly,
backyard. You know, no.
Did they talk to you though?
Yes, they did. They talked to me and another one of the players. It really just didn't hit to go to college right down the street. And UCF wasn't what they are today. They're very comparable to what Florida Atlantic was. They actually have very similar stats for new programs. Obviously, UCF has won a BCS bowl game now. Mm-hmm. And had that great undefeated seasons. But people don't realize Florida Atlantic has posted some top 25 programs for the last couple of years. Lane Kiffin did an excellent job. Pelini did an excellent job taking the win. Snellenberger did an excellent job starting the program. But FAU has posted top 30 teams for the last couple of years. Like I said, they produce a lot of NFL players. They actually have a lot of players from the NFL. I think more players than the University of Miami right now.
So, now, after the college time, you got a little time in the NFL. What was that experience like? How did the whole process? Was it what round with free agency? How did that all work for you? What was your experience like in the NFL?
It definitely
just going there first. How about that?
Making an NFL roster, going through, I want to say combine training, combine prep. That was one.
How many reps you gave them on the 225?
21 reps at 225.
Broad
38 and a half inch vertical, broad jump 10.9 and a half, 40.449 on the Colts clock. So we did everything we needed to do. That was the hardest thing I ever had to do, was training for that. And to actually make the Jaguars during the lockout season. It's kind of similar to COVID-19. Came through the lockout season. People didn't know.
What year was that again?
2011.
Yeah, that was. Okay.
Yeah, so it came through the lock season. We didn't really know what was going to happen. We didn't get to go to the mini camps, the rookie mini camps, the mini camps before. We basically got dropped off, just like COVID this year. We got dropped off in camp. They gave me this thick playbook, and they said, hey, you want to make the team, you learn this.
And how long was, for people that, you know, not a lot of people made it to the league or even got a shot, how long they give you to learn them playbooks?
We had, well, because of the lockout season, we basically had 2.5 weeks to learn the playbook.
So you didn't have, basically, that lockout season, there was no OTAs and nothing like that?
No OTAs, no
mini camp?
No mini camps, no rookie mini camps. You got 2 weeks to learn the playbook. We about to go play a game.
Woo.
Good luck.
All right, then, so how was that like in the NFL? You got a chance to play any games? What was it like?
The NFL definitely was an interesting process. You know, when you're growing up, you know, no disrespect to anybody in the NFL, but you think these people, everybody's superhuman. When you get to realize that when you grow up, it's the same guys you've been playing with or the guys that you heard about. You know, you look at the number 1 linebacker from Cali. Well, now you're playing with him now. Now, there are guys, I play with some very exceptional guys. You know, Gene Moreau is one of the most athletic, freakishly offensive linemen I ever got to play with. Maurice Jones-Drew, man.
That's
quick,
a beast right
strong,
there.
so short and compact. I never seen somebody with so power. I got to see Suggs up close. And there's a lot of other players. I don't want to just name some people and discredit the people I play with because all of them were good. But you realize that you are able to compete if you're good. And you made it there for a reason too. So I can definitely tell you that it's a collection of very athletic guys. A lot of people get up there just on consistency and discipline. Just like everything else in life. It was, like I said, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do because you start off the roster, you know, when you go into camp, the roster is almost 2 times the size of what it's going to be. Yeah. I mean, you got a 53-man roster, and that includes a 7-person practice squad and a 46 active. Yeah. So, you know, everybody's trying to get to that 46. When you come into camp with about 100 bodies. So just looking around, just imagine being in the camp with 100 people, and half of these people are going to be gone. And then people don't understand the NFL is week to week. It's not like the NBA. You're only guaranteed what you sign on a guaranteed contract. So if you sign a 4-year contract for $100 million, but only says $50 million guaranteed, that's what you're guaranteed. Mm-hmm. So if they can cut you tomorrow and you're only going to get $50 million, it's not like baseball and basketball and other sports. You know, maybe one day will it be, but the NFL has a lot of cuts. They call it Transaction Tuesday. A lot of cuts all the time and different things. So you're always on your P's and Q's. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do.
Because NFL is not easy. I know that's right. They really hitting up there because they really hitting D1. So I know they hitting over there.
Oh yeah, it's different ball when you out there playing for keeps. You know, you're not playing for your school, your family. You're a grown man. You playing for money now. Yeah. So you got other grown men trying to feed their families, trying to provide for different things they want to do and aspirations in life. And your goal is to go out there and take theirs so you can feed and provide for yours. Right. And like I said, that going through that time and making the NFL and getting that stamp behind my name, I tell people all the time, it's the same thing. It's the equivalent to getting a doctor on your name. Like if you become a doctor in the pharmacy field, because you automatically become a doctor. That's the highest of the highest. There's no other highest level of competition that you can obtain in football. So once you get that stamp, it opened up all the doors for me. And like I said, when I went into my business ventures, having that NFL attached with my name made things real easy. So it was a lot of hard work, but it was really worth it.
Okay, then, Bet. So you seem to be doing a lot, and we got to get into some other things. I know definitely a lot of the young athletes want to hear your experience in the NFL. When did you say, yo, I want to train people for a living. I want to change people's lifestyles. What year did Total Body become an idea, and when did it become fruition?
Well, training became an idea throughout high school. I always knew I wanted to be in shape. I used to pick up Muscle Fitness magazine, and that's just always something that I knew I wanted to do. When I was in college and, talking to several mentors, using, the people around me while I was there.
You was cool with your strength and conditioning coach?
Oh, yeah. Matt Plezovic.
What's his name?
Coach Matt Plezovic. Shout out to Coach Matt Plezovic. Shout out to Coach Tony Smith. Shout out to Rod Payne. Those are the 3 I had in my school. So, I really am thankful for all of them. Mm-hmm. And one more thing is that one thing that you mentioned is when did I figure out when I wanted to train after football? Right. While, we met with several mentors that come in, it was like they always talked about life after football. Like making the NFL is great, but what you want to do after so it can be a smooth transition. So I wrote down in the book think my sophomore year, my redshirt sophomore year, so 30 to college. It was like, go to the NFL after the NFL opened the gym. And it's crazy how you, like, everybody's, now on to manifesting things and talking positive energy and talking life into things. And that's exactly how it went. I went to the NFL after I was done. I opened a gym, and the rest is history. And then the other things in life that I speak and I work for, that's how you manifest things.
What year was that? You say you started Total Body?
I started Total Body officially in 2014.
And I remember I came to your gym.
7 years now.
You was at another location.
Right.
Talk about that.
I was off of Curran Drive. I met a great lady named Elizabeth. It's actually crazy story how I met her. When I was in the league, she had a whole spa. So I was all season training. I needed someone to get a massage. She was like, hey, come get a massage. She was like, hey, you should see our gym. She's like, we need you to run our gym. And I was playing at the time. And then obviously when I was figuring out what I wanted to do I want to keep chasing football? Do I want to try to get on another team? Or am I confident in myself to run a business? Mm-hmm. Because that's what football is about. It's about giving you that jump start in life to, go do what you want. Yeah. So it's basically like, that's why I tell people all the time, football, is made to give you a jump start in life. Because even if you're, let's take for example, Drew Brees, played for 20 years. Let's say he started at 22. He's 42 now. Mm-hmm. Drew Brees has to do something else. I mean, he can sit down and do nothing if he wants to.
But he got to find another passion.
But there's only so many Drew Brees. Even if you make $5 million, if you keep spending money without having money coming in, it becomes a problem. So that's in every sport. You got your superstar players that make a lot of money, and you got your guys that are going to make good money. But you have to find a way to make that money for you, whereas you're learning how to invest, whether it's starting a business, whether it's just creating something that makes you money, stocks, it could be anything, but you have to find it out. And I knew that, training was my avenue to go through.
You're good at it.
Yes.
How is it how long was you at the first location before this one that we got today?
So I was at the first location for 4 years. We was over there to 2018. Like I said, Miss Elizabeth, shout out to Miss Elizabeth. She opened up the doors for me to come into. She had opened a gym, but she didn't really know what she wanted to do with it. So I came in there with this idea. It was like, I'm going to start training. And this was before the training hype phase. Like, this was back in 2014. Nobody was training in Orlando. It was something to the Orlando area. I knew about high-end training because of the experience that I had through the NFL. And I wanted to bring real fitness back to Orlando. So it was before everybody was here. There was only one guy training here. I take that back. His name was Luther Freeman. I'm not going to discredit him. He was training. He was training right over there in the apartment complex. He ended up blowing up as well. We ended up growing up together because we were the first two guys really doing real deal training in Orlando. So I came in. I started a gym, and my goal was just to make people healthy, show people that what I've been doing all my life, that we can package this into something that anybody can do within 1 hour. Give me 3 to 4 days a week, and we can get you the body you deserve, which is my motto here. So, like I said, I had a client come in, Zach Smith, and rest in peace, Buddy Smith. He died last year. Zach Smith's dad. He was my first client. Okay. He brought his son over to me, and he really made this great transformation. I mean, if you can show the picture to the people, it'd be amazing. He was 8th grade at the time. His body looked amazing. Then I had Sam. Sam came in and dropped 150 pounds in 4 months. And that's what sold it for everybody. And then everybody started to come in. We got awards for being, ranked the #1 person training #1 gym in Orlando by different people. We got shouted out by The Rock, TMZ, Fox Sports, you name it. Every network I've been on, except.
And it started growing from there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I started with 400 followers. I had 400 followers when I first started. No blue check verified, not even from the NFL, because they came out to the Lockley year, so they didn't give nobody their blue checks. We had to go fight about all that. So, just grinding through social media, getting your name out there. So we started with 400 followers. Now we're all up to 262,000 blue check verified. One of the only blue check verified trainers in the city. And like I said, we've been on every network that you can name of. And like I said, we've been even local networks coming in for the charity work that we do.
How long, man? So that took a lot of. You really changed people's lives, and then the followings came first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all
it didn't happen overnight. I was not a TikTok success, an Instagram viral post success. It was consistency for me. It was grinding each and every day, working at it. I mean, like I said, you can check my story right now. You know, we wake up every day, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. We up grinding, going to get it, because I will outwork my competition. And if I say anything to any young entrepreneur out there right now, you have to outwork your competition. Nothing will be handed to you. If you're going into entrepreneurship thinking that something's going to be handed to you, or you're looking for a handout, it's not going to happen. You got strength, and hunger has to come from here, from the heart. You got to want that.
I love it, man. You got to want it. People think losing weight and, you know,
it's not easy.
Trying to change their body is easy. You got to be consistent.
But you know the crazy thing, anybody can do it for 30 days.
Anybody.
Who gonna do it for 365? Who gonna have that same body that they had in 2019? They gonna have bring it in 2021.
Exactly.
Who's gonna post that they in the gym working out versus who gonna really be in there working out? Because you say everybody say they working out,
right?
But who really doing it though? We need before and afters. We ain't seeing no progress, and that's what I said. We do real people, real results here, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we really work our people, and we have some amazing results. I met some of the best people, small people gaining weight, big people losing weight. It's really amazing. But one thing is, between any transformation, if you're consistent, if you eat healthy, if you drink your water, spring water, alkaline water, that's it. It's that simple.
So for people that's watching, does Total Body Sports, y'all do it for everybody? You could be kids training, you could be losing weight, you could be wanting to gain muscle, you could be an older. How do you level it out for all the different type of age groups and people? And
well, we train them at different times.
Okay,
we train them at different times. So like, we have one-on-one sessions for people that want that one-on-one private time.
Right.
We have an athlete session. You know, obviously we do different athletes throughout the summer and springtime, especially in the summertime, where we'll talk about the charity work later that we do in the summertime. And then when we have a class, we have ladies and women, ladies and guys, we split them up, and we work different things. I got my ladies that want to lose weight over here. I got my ladies that want to gain weight over here. I got my fellas that looking to bulk over here. I got my fellas, you know, we rotate them through. You know, we have a unique process that where we mix cardio, body weight training, and weights all into one to give you that full total body workout. Hence the name.
And an hour every workout.
1 hour.
And you're gonna always do some type of movement, some type of heavy lifting, depending if that's what you want. Because I see y'all do, like you say, y'all do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know, like I said, that goes back to the name, get the body you deserve. You tell me what you want, we're gonna devise a plan to make it happen.
Right. Okay, then, and how would you say it makes you feel from a personal standpoint when you see somebody lose 100 pounds?
Oh, I love it. This is what I do it for.
Like, so those are the things that make you be like, man, I got to keep doing this.
Like, I tell people all the time, like, I train because I love it. The money gonna come. The money gonna come. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to people. Like, everybody works because they want to get paid, unless they're doing it for free. But you have to love what you do to be around in the game for a long period of time. Because if you're just doing it for the money, you'll be in and out. Right. You'll get tired of it. But if you're passionate about whatever you do, you're going to love it. I love it. I love seeing people get in shape. I love seeing people, you know, create a positive lifestyle. Because people don't understand that fitness is deeper than just physical. It's mental. If I can come up in here and go on a Stairmaster for 20 minutes, I can conquer anything in life. If I can start my day off working out with this positive energy, when we speak energy, we speak life into my clients. Now my whole day is great. I can start to remove toxic people out of other points in my life, and now I'm building together. You don't know how many women and men I've seen come in here broken from a previous relationship, initially looking for the physical, but gain the mental health, the spiritual health, and go on and get married out of here. How many people I came into this gym that came off, you know, I need to come here because I'm looking to kick a bad habit. Whether it's different drugs they were doing, whether it's a drinking problem, a smoking problem, and they took this time and used as an outlet. Right. And people that had anger, you know, from deaths in the family, it's total body is really more than the gym. That's why I want people to know. It's any gym. It's really like finding the time. It's a positive outlet that anybody can use, and using your anger and wherever you else have, and putting it in a gym and focus on yourself and redirecting that energy to something that's going to help you.
Okay, then. Let's talk about pricing though. Let's talk about the pricing. How do you, if somebody's looking to wanting to join?
Well, everybody's pricing is different.
Different for different workouts.
It's different for different workouts. I tell people call/text me. If you're looking to work out, call/text me at 407-394-8443. If you're on Instagram, just DM me at MIKE_LOCKLEY. Because what we do with pricing and everything is different for every person. It's basically you create your own plan.
Okay.
Like I said, one-on-one pricing is different from group training pricing. Depends on how many days you want to do a week. So I tell people, just hit me up and we'll get you in here. First day is free. So if you're seeing this, hit me right now. First day is free right now. So we got the first day going free. Come in, see you like it, and then we'll discuss pricing after class.
And then you get it all from there. Now let's talk about some other work that you do. I seen you speaking to the kids.
Right.
I seen you, working with high school, kids that are going and, working on the off season and stuff. How'd you get tied in with those kids? Who do you work with locally? Because I know you work with some kids locally out here.
Yeah, we work with many locally. We got work. We get back with One Heart. Shout out to One Heart. We get back with Dylan. Dylan has broke away from One Heart, starting his own foundation. Shout out to Renette. We give out to her. She has a center that she does. Wow, so many donations. Shout out to Tay Ammons and Suit for Seniors. We donated $10,000 to the kids for Suit for Seniors 2 years ago. I don't want to leave anybody out, but that's just to name a few. And we also shout out to Freedom Mortgage. Freedom Mortgage did one of the biggest give backs we just did. I think you saw it. We trained 100 boys last summer through COVID.
That's what I wanted to ask.
100 boys. We gave 100 boys free training for 3 months. So shout out to Freedom Mortgage.
That was different local high school kids.
Right. And we said, give it first 100 guys to come, we're going to train you. Freedom Mortgage sponsored the first 2 months along with a lawyer. And after that, the COVID extended. So I took on the next month. I gave them an extra month on top of what Freedom Mortgage did.
Man, that's love, man. Because guess what? There wasn't nobody paying for our training
at all. At all.
A whole class for 3 months.
And I told him that too. I was like, bro, I never got free training. I never had somebody drop out the sky and say, hey, Mike, we gonna pay for 3 months of your training in high school. No, that was a shout out to my pops. Okay. My pops, we always had to put in the work, and then when I got old enough, guess what? Hey, you're a man now. But that's all part of, that's saying we talk about family structure and all that. You gotta have that. Yeah, you gotta back your kids.
For sure. So then now the Christmas drive.
Right. Oh yeah. Didn't even mention the toy drive that we do every year.
You've been doing that annually.
Annually.
How many years you been doing that so far?
I think we're doing the Christmas drive like for 5 years, and then this year was the craziest. This year was the craziest. We filled a whole U-Haul.
What made you say, all right, I want to do this annually for the kids every year, and I want to give back genuinely? It don't matter about the money that you can give, what you get. Because I see people was donating. It didn't matter if it was 20, 100. It didn't matter.
I don't care if you got $1. We trying to load this thing up for the kids, and we give the different. We make sure we spread it out.
Right.
To try to give the most people possible. The reason I got into giving back is because I didn't never really see growing up anybody giving back to the city.
Right.
And if it was only around Christmas time. And it didn't feel genuine to me. I give back all throughout the year, not because for a tax break, like this would be 100. It's not for a tax break. It's not for none of that. I give back because I want to see these kids see positive images in the city, and so they can actually want to do better because they see somebody like themselves doing legitimate things and giving back. I want to see these kids grow. Because a lot of people don't understand, like, everybody doesn't have a fair shot. Everybody doesn't have the same, they're not dealt the same cards. But my message to the people that haven't been dealt the same cards is play the cards that you dealt. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. You think somebody might have a better situation than you. If you work hard enough, you can pass them. Like I said before, man, we were talking earlier, Kanye's worth $6.6 billion now. Richest black man in American history.
Loving it.
And
that's good news.
He did that not coming from a family that was worth millions. Not billions. Millions. Now, he had a good family. He had support. But he didn't have $6.6 billion. So, to all my kids out there aspiring to create, if you're coming from a bad situation, just stay focused. Keep your head down. Keep fighting. And that's why we give back. And that's what made us start the toy drive, because I didn't want kids on Christmas not to have something. Because I know, you can say what you want. Kids on Christmas, they looking for something under that tree, whether they should or not. They understand that, different things are different. But let's let them kids have Christmas. Let them kids be kids.
Right. I know that's because.
And that's for this. And then we moved it to the holiday season too for different religions and stuff like that.
Yeah, for all of that. Let's talk about future plans. What is next for Mike? Does Mike want to open 2 locations? Does Mike want to get to 3 locations? Is he just focused on this right now? Is there anything else that the people might not know? You got. It's a lot of different things to do.
Well, we always say, stay tuned. We like to talk less, show more. And I can say one thing though: the amount of giving back that I plan on doing in the next couple of years is going to shock the city. I'm going to make sure that I gather everybody that has the means, that wants to give. We're going to give. And I don't think that any business should be accepting your money if they're not providing money back into your community. Right. And that's what we have to start doing as a community. And this is in any community. So it's Spanish community, black community, any community. If the business that you're spending your hard-earned money with is not helping your schools, your kids grow, your churches, or wherever you want to see the money grow, you should not be spending money with them. So I challenge right now every local business in Orlando, local business, if you got people really spending money with you, pour back into your youth football team, basketball team. Go to your local art club. Give them back. Do stuff that's not just on back to school, turkeys, and toy drives. Give all year long. These kids, even if it's your time, if you don't feel like you should give money, give them your time. Show them how you got there. Because sometimes the toy don't do it. You got to show them, okay, if I was in football, I need to show them, like, this is what I did. And that's what I do when I talk to those boys. I show them, hey, this is what I did right. This is what I did wrong. You got to be honest.
Got to be honest.
You got to be honest with them. Because the kids this day, ain't no fooling. They know. Like I said, so this is what I could have done better. Lead the way for the next generation. Put their hand out. I'm not afraid for these young boys to do better than me. That's my goal. Beat my times. Beat my goals. Go get more money than me. Because because the goal is to see them grow. See, a lot of people get to certain places and they scared to do this because they're scared for the next one to pass them. You can't pass me if you ain't go outwork me. I can give you the blueprint, but you gonna put in the work.
Right.
So I'm not afraid to see everybody eat, and I want to see, especially with these kids, I want to see them get a fair shot and fair opportunity, and that starts with us giving back, lending back that helping hand, and then we gotta give them time to show them how to do the right way, how to do things to be able to get to that level. Whether it's my thing with sports and training. We need our doctors to come and say, how did you get into medical school?
Right.
We need our financial literate people. How do I invest in Bitcoin? Everybody's talking about investing. Nobody even knows how to start a Robinhood account. Like, what do you do? How do you create stock? What is a dip?
That's a whole.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right now,
I've been getting into stocks and investments lately. I saw buy on a dip the other day, and I follow somebody. Shout out to R Style Investments on Instagram. If you find him, yeah, he's very good. Buying on a dip is when the market is in a bad market. You can actually buy and make money on the way down. Market, you don't have to just invest in something on the way up. You can actually invest that it's going to keep going down. So that's what buying on the dip is. That's a little gem right there for y'all today.
That is.
Buying on the dip. But like you said, it's so many ways to make money in this world, and we have to share them. Because at the end of the day, you still going to make your money if you work hard. Mm-hmm. So let somebody else a chance to make their money too. We can all have money if we work hard.
We got to do it, man. Mike, man, you doing a lot. You doing great. I see the gym getting bigger. Locations is getting bigger.
Yep. Just redid this one last year.
How many members you would say you got right now?
Over 100. Over 100 members right now.
Over 100 members.
Over 100 members.
So where do you find the motivation to motivate 100 people every day? Because I know your mornings start early. I know they start early every day. You got to find that energy to push people every day. How do you find that?
Well, I tell people all the time, sometimes they feel me. because seeing their face in here, Mike, let's go. Like seeing them get better and them wanting to push makes me want to push me get better because I got to stay better than them. You know what I'm saying? They're getting stronger. I got to live too. I got these young kids in here. I tell them every day we squat. And even the guys that I train for the NFL is like, the day y'all squat more than me is the day I retire. They ain't good, but they can't out squat me if I keep working. So you get better, you get stronger, you get faster. I gotta get better. I get stronger. I get faster. I see somebody, in my class. We talk financial literacy too here. I see somebody, finding a way to make money. Now that motivates me to want to go make more money. I see somebody, starting to cleanse and saying, "Oh, I'm not drinking for 30 days or whatever we're doing." I want to do it too. So we kind of feed the energy bounces off of one another, and that's another thing that we do really good of here. Is creating an environment that is so positive that everybody wants to do good just because the next person is doing good. So we know we're just bouncing all positivity on each other. And that's how I get my motivation from them. I get my motivation from seeing them do good. I get my motivation from seeing them make any little progress because that means like it's working. I love seeing people do good.
Man, that's love right there, man. You doing a lot, man. You giving back. You doing a lot for the kids. You doing a lot for the local. You got ties with the local companies out here.
Right.
You're doing real good for the city, man. You showing a real good, health is wealth. You promoting health.
That's the number one thing we said. Like if you said a whole mouthful, health is wealth. If I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if you have $1 million, if your body ain't right. Now you got cancer. Guess what? You're gonna use that $1 million fighting cancer, and it's hard. Because your whole life, a lot of people have built these bad habits. And that's why I especially talk to the youth about eating healthy. It's so important to start young because if you create these habits young, it's just like it was hard to get out of a bad habit. It's going to be hard to break a good habit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's so hard because we've been lied to our whole lives. Like in our lifetime, we thought that McDonald's was real food. And they really had to change their menu because of supersized meat. They exposed them to show they had different things. And we thought that was real food. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that came out that we thought was real food that wasn't. So, but I feel like the kids in today's age have a leg up on us because they got the YouTubes. They got the informational TikToks. They got cell phones that are faster than computers that we had. Think about that. Anything, if you want to eat healthy, it's at your fingertips, right here on this cell phone. So do
you help your clients with the whole nutrition part of it too?
As well? We do meal plans. But shout out to Rahel Sher. She has Share Nutrition. She's our certified chef and nutritionist on hand. Hit her up on her Instagram at Rahel_Share. We'll be dropping that in the thing too. So if you.
Shout out to talk about the girl who makes the drinks as well.
That's Rahel Share.
Oh, Rahel Share. So she do the meal preps and the drinks.
She does the meal preps. She has the meal preps that we have here, and she also does natural nutrition. Just said we have Share Nutrition over there too.
Yeah, it's a
so
lot.
She does it everything, and that's what said we do it all in one.
All natural juices, no
all
sugar
natural.
added.
And notice I didn't mention one protein or one product here today. All natural.
All natural.
All natural. And we're getting this from the earth. So like I said, those, I don't downplay protein. I feel like protein is needed, especially people with cancer patients and so on and so forth, or people with sickle cell, some people with extreme, problems that need to put on the
muscle milk guy.
No muscle milk. No protein.
Okay.
All natural.
All natural. I feel you. Hey, so keep going. I think I cut you off. So you're not.
No, you good.
You're not doing no protein.
No
Why
protein.
You don't do it though?
I don't do it. I can't tell nobody else what to do. What they do outside of here, but that's what we preach here. And I know it's harder this way. But as hard as it's going to take you to get there, as hard as when it's all natural, as hard as it's going to take it to go away. Because when you're using these, supplements, products, when you get off them, you don't have the same feeling when you're on them. Now you're a drug addict. You're addicted to something. If I'm taking a stimulant, people call it pre-workout, which is basically a stimulant to wake up and get energy in the morning. And this thing is making my body feel like it has energy. Now my body naturally is not getting able to get up. But if I eat healthy, drink water, and cleanse my body, now my body has a natural alarm clock to get up. Now my body is producing, the things it needs to do to have natural energy. So naturally, I'm hyper. Naturally, I'm now becoming a morning person instead of relying on a stimulant, a drug. It's a supplement company is nothing but a drug.
And you're not with that?
No.
I'm good on that too. I couldn't really, the pre-workouts used to just make me feel funny. Like,
If you ever took a pre-workout before, and I'm not saying I never took a supplement before, but once I realized what was in the supplements, I couldn't do it no more. But if you ever took a pre-workout before, your first time you felt like you were going to throw up.
Yes.
That's not natural.
And I was like,
it's not natural.
I tried it once.
It's not natural.
I couldn't.
Like I said, I'm not saying that I've never taken a supplement before. But I'm saying once I learned what were in the supplements, shout out to Hillary Zoe. She was my nutritionist that I met in the combine, and she told me what I was in supplements and what was in different foods, and then changed my life for her. Hillary Zoe is the reason, is a major reason that I got into health and fitness. And I tell her that every time I see her online. I was like, you changed my life forever. Shout out to Hillary Zoe.
They got to do that, man. It's just education, really, when it comes to supplements. People just gotta do their research.
Right.
And
one more thing. I left out a coach. I mentioned Rod Payne. I mentioned Tony Smith. I mentioned Matt Plains. I want to mention Coach Remy, because Coach Remy was definitely influential.
What was he coaching you?
He coaching me at Florida Atlantic University. Okay. And if we're talking about coaches from the area, we got to mention Boris Jackson.
Coach Bojack.
Yeah,
shout out
Bojack.
to him.
Can't forget Speed Plus.
That's the guy. That man be speaking gospel when he talk football.
Oh yeah, Coach Lowe. You gotta mention Coach Lowe, and Coach Ellis. Those guys been around, man.
Okay,
so
man.
you talking about local guys that really try to help a lot of guys in the area. Is them and Mahmoud. I had Mahmoud. I had a personal trainer in Mahmoud. He had a gym too. So those are the guys that these guys shaped my life.
Yeah, they paid.
And that's why I was trying to help people out all the time to help shape theirs. Because like I said, I had those guys. Outside of my dad, I had all those men helping me. So it takes a village to help raise somebody.
And they raised a king right here, man. You
man. I
helping
appreciate
over 100
that.
different people, man. Change their lifestyle, change their health. It takes a strong man to stay motivated to get up every morning.
Right, but I
understand that.
It's crazy that you said stay strong man and be motivated. I don't know if you seen my post today. It was called "Choose Your Heart."
I seen it.
You got to choose your heart, and if you didn't see my post on Instagram, we basically talked about it's hard being successful. It's hard attaining generational wealth. It's hard becoming a millionaire, billionaire, whatever you go. It's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. But it's hard being broke.
It's hard.
It's hard being broke. It's hard being street. But we all been there. Yeah. In college, you ain't got no money. You broke. It's hard. It's hard watching other people doing stuff that you want to do, and you don't have the money to do it. So you got to get up on your grind to get it, and you got to choose your heart. Are you going to work hard to be successful? Or are you going to live a hard life being broke, living paycheck to paycheck, and then when kids come into play, not being able to provide your kids for the simple fact that you didn't push yourself hard enough, knowing that'll affect your mental health too. So choose your heart. Like I said, so when we get up early in the morning, when my feet roll out at the bed, or sometimes I don't even make it to bed. A lot of times I just sleep on the couch. I pass out. So when our feet hit the floor, you got a choice. You gonna go in here and work hard and go get it, or are you somebody else gonna come take it from you? Because that's what it is. You got to work hard for yours. So
got to work hard for yours.
Got to work hard for yours.
Man, Mike, man, you a motivator. I love what you got going on, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
I appreciate you even
thanks for having me, man.
You feel
Episode number 7, baby. Lucky 7. We in here. Total Body Sports. Best gym in the city. You already know what time it is. Get the body you deserve.
Just like that, man. We had to talk to him, man. We got some more stuff coming. I know you got some bigger plans, but we're going to wait.
Oh, yeah.
When that happens, we're going to bring the episode back again.
Can't tell them about the big plans yet. Like I said, let's talk more show. Total Body Sports, baby.
All about the journey, E.T. Shout out to him on the ones and twos. Episode 7, man. Thank you about it, man. Mike, appreciate having you, man.
Thank you, man.
Man.
And we out.
Let's go.